So I want to thank you today for spending much of your morning, afternoon, evening, or even tomorrow. And we have over 50 countries that are watching us today on this live presentation. So you can imagine the time zone. When I leave a trade floor, there's usually a series of business cards or brochures that I bring with me that I want to follow up on. And I was making some notes as we went through some of our trade partners and some of the Viking presentations. Um, Specifically AGF, something I would love to follow up on is their air vent technology. I thought that was pretty cool, and they're bringing something new to the table. It's something that works very well. Anvil really highlighting their domestic production. There's for those of us that are in North America, the Made in USA is going to be a little bit more important label with everything that's going on. So we're really proud to be partners on that. The flex head, the flexible pipe, new technology that they've introduced that has ease of installation and ease of retrofit. We've got Superflex slide lock fittings, all interesting from the Anvil team. Potter, the thing that I found the most interesting was the remote wireless monitoring. We know we're going there. We know it's a new technology that we all have to be involved with. So I thought that was very interesting that they brought that to the table. Watts with the X series, the short takeout backflow preventer. Backflow preventers are, they're usually large and difficult to handle. I thought the short takeout fitting was, or backflow preventer was very interesting. General Air, as always, with their education and their commitment to the industry, along with AGF on their training facility, but, all-round air supply for fire protection, just with General Air, whether it's riser mount, tank mount, nitrogen, regenerative air dryers. They've kind of got a one-stop shop to all the technologies. So we're really proud to represent them and what they bring to the table. We've got Fireflex, and particularly what I'm most interested in is that VacTech technology with Fireflex. We've been a good partner with them, but you really have to understand that vacuum system of not putting moist air into an environment where corrosion could exist. There's a lot of other technologies that are in that same lane of corrosion resistance, but I think that VacTech has something worthwhile to look at and see if it applies to a particular facility. Lubrizol and the partner, even though they're not manufacturing the pipe for us, we manufacture the pipe and the fittings, but their compatibility program and their education program, something to follow up on, something to participate with them, either through Viking or with Lubrizol directly, but their training and commitment on the compatibility to the industry is really second to none. And remember the message that not all orange pipe is the same. It was an important message, and we run around the country and we train on the Viking Blazemaster, which is a quality pipe, but not all the rules are the same, not all the installation and not all the compatibility is the same. So just because it's orange doesn't mean that it is the same product. And then we threw in the Freeze Master. Apparently that leaked through a little interview that we had here. That found that pretty interesting. But there's been a UL listed antifreeze on the market. This will be the second to market. So we're real proud to have a relationship with Lubrizol that will bring it to our customers in the near future. Zurn with the pressure reducing valve technology. Really, as I came up in the industry, as many of my partners here at Viking, Zurn was just a staple of the pressure reducing valve technology. So they've stayed up with it. They stayed through the controversies. They're bringing technology to the street on their pressure reducing technology. And again, proud to be a partner. Blast Up was Kennedy. The integrated supervisory switch on a OS and Y valve is a unique thing. So it's not a bolt on afterwards. So I think that's a pretty innovative idea for Kennedy Valve to add to their program. Not to leave out Viking. We've invested a lot of time and energy to be innovative leaders in the industry and committed to this industry and committed to the partnership of our customers, our engineering firms, our end users across the board. It hasn't been a short journey. This has been a long journey, and we've been investing in this for years. You're starting to see the result, this event being one of those, to the commitment that we have that you need to know what you need to know at the time you need to know it. And it doesn't mean you have to go to a week-long class to learn about 35 valves. Maybe you need to know about our particular valve. With the learning modules and everything that we're bringing to the table, you can find that information, narrow in on it, and learn everything you need to know when you need to know. So I'm really committed to this with the team. The team is committed to it, and we're looking forward to bringing you more of these events, more of this education material, and really show off what we do. We do some really cool stuff, and it's about time that Viking stood up and took credit for some of the things that we do, and I'm proud to be part of that. The quality and the fabrication for VSN, number one, just we know what the customer needs, we know what the end user expects, and we deliver that quality. So we have invested a lot of time and energy in equipment and education into our quality systems of getting the right material to the job at the right time. Our institutional sprinklers are no-brainer. Dependent in the sidewall, the quick response, the extended coverage, meeting the light hazard rules of NFPA 13, but the ease of installation, the ease of reading the model number off of the faceplate, so you don't have to take the sprinkler out and look at the back. The extended coverage principles of it, and then the wrench that goes through the protective cap installs the sprinkler so you can remove the cap later without having to remove it and possibly damage the sprinkler during installation. The 4621 concealed sprinkler, a couple of enhancements that were made to that, so you don't have to take the protective cap off, but there were some other design changes that made it a more robust discussion on the thread on, thread off, or the different options that were available. So really excited about the 4621 launch because it took all the voice of customer from the field about the things that were most questioned about our existing concealed line. We took all of those into consideration, and we think is a bell ringer product. The K28 ESFR, if I didn't mention that already, one of my favorites because it's storage and I like big fires. So the K28, just really understand that 9-head and 10-head design with the 9-head option, because if you don't understand it, please call us. Please talk to technical services, because I don't want to see you lose an opportunity to reduce water demand or reduce pipe size because of a 9-head design with only 3 sprinklers flowing on a branch line compared to 4 of the other technologies. You know, our digital world, we're constantly committed to this, the valve configurator. I've put together valve programs before of a design, and I find myself with 8 technical data sheets that I'm trying to put trim and release devices all together. If you go online and go to our valve configurator, you're going to find that you can put together a complete valve configuration package with all the detection and release devices and get a complete list of all the data sheets that are appropriate to that particular design. It kind of takes the guesswork out of it and puts it back into common sense on the valve configurator. Our commitment to education online is going to continue. We're going to continue with these events with education, with product enhancements, with product knowledge, and we appreciate what you do for us as customers and business partners. So there's really 2 questions I get on the exhibit floor. Usually it's, what's new, James? And the second one is, where are we going to go drink afterwards? So I'd like to bring my team back in here because we're not going to miss an opportunity. And we're going to do the best we can for social distancing. But really want to thank the slate of speakers that I had here today. These guys live and breathe this fire sprinkler industry, and I appreciate their help. Viking and our customers and our vendors appreciate their help. We appreciate all the vendors that participated with the Viking trade show and bringing that to our customers the way they did. They did a fantastic job, and we're proud to call them partners. But more importantly, and lastly, before we turn around and start enjoying our virtual drink, and those of you that know me know it's going to be real later, so we won't go there. But I really, really want to express a deep appreciation for our IT team. A fantastic job of putting this together. They did this in a couple of weeks. So when we had the idea of bringing this to the customers, that they weren't going to get an actual floor trade show, that we could bring it to them and bring them technologies and innovations and new things from customers without them having to leave their office in these day and times. But from ISIT standpoint, fantastic job. But to say the least, the marketing department, one fantastic job, and my heartfelt thank you. And we will be drinking over this later. So lastly, this has been recorded, and there's going to be a link at the end. When I close this out, there'll be a short clip that'll give you a link of social media to follow Viking, to see this this over again, or you can look at different sections if you missed something. But also on the Viking website, there will be a post as well of how to get this video for this 4-hour presentation, and everyone stayed on time. I was concerned about putting Adam up as many times as we did and him staying on time, but he did. And Martin stayed to script, so that was fantastic. Sean did a great job. Joe, Jim, just absolutely fantastic. And again, one last time, thank you. We wouldn't be able to do this, which we have a passion of doing, without you. And we're available for questions. We're available for, assisting you in your business. We appreciate being your partner. So thank you very much.